Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. I love election time, no matter what kind of time it is, because then I get to have some of my favorite people on the show. And of course, this is my sister, my one and only redheaded sister, Eileen Winfrey. And she is here today as a real estate professional, as a realtor professional. And she is running for the Orlando Regional Realtor Association Board of Directors. And so I'd love to always give you guys an opportunity to hear what people who are running for things have to say, what their real why is. And so I'm always excited and honored to have you on. Eileen, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Ted?
I am fantastic.
I really am.
I am Ted-tastic for sure.
Ted-tastic, yes.
All right. So before we get into your why, tell them a little bit about you and your business.
Let's see. So currently I work for LPT Realty, and I have been a full-time real estate broker associate for 28 years.
You were a baby when you started.
I was a baby when I started. So I always joke with people. I said, yes, I'm one of those people that has been in business forever. I have no problem telling you all that I've been doing this for 28 years. And then I will follow that up with I'm as old as dirt. So get used to it. But I actually produce.
You do. You produce.
So I produce a lot. So I do know all my contracts, and I'm out there selling every single day.
You are out there selling every single day. And you're super involved, right? So talk a little bit about the involvement. When I met you, I feel like you weren't as involved, but you have evolved into being involved. So tell us a little bit about what you do and your why. Why did you all of a sudden, or why did you decide, hey, I want to start getting involved in the organizations that support the real estate community?
Yes. How did that happen? So
I dragged you to Women's Council. And
you did drag me to Women's Council. That's how it all started, and it all started evolving. It started with Women's Council probably back 10 years ago. And it just kept going on from there. And this year I'm the president-elect, so I'm the incoming president for the Orlando network. And I'm also on the Military Advisory Council. I sit on District 12 for FAR. I think I have a problem saying no. People ask me, Eileen, can you help us with this? And I say yes a lot. So, and now I said, yeah, I would like to be involved with the board of directors with Orlando Regional.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's really quick, though, I want to point out you are a veteran.
I am a veteran.
I think this is so important. I feel like vets don't give themselves enough. That's a big accolade in my world. It's a big accomplishment.
I know Ted likes to tell her. I don't really talk about it a lot.
I really do. Well, you serve on the Military Advisory Council. I think I'm one of the few people who isn't a veteran who serves on that. So it's such an honor for me. But I think it's important for people to know your level. That's a level of commitment to something that is unmatched, in my opinion, out in the real world, which is what we live in, pretend, quote unquote. All right. So I'm giving you the kudos. I want you to have them.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. It was my honor to serve in the Air Force.
And and thank you for your service. I mean that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So tell me about running for director. So that is this week. So this is for all realtors who are out there, the 20,000 of you who are part of the Orlando Regional Realtor Association. And I'm saying members, so maybe it's not 20,000 real estate agents, but your elections are this week.
Well, tomorrow's actually meet the candidates.
Yes, so you get to meet them.
Meet the candidates at ORRA. So you can You can physically go down there and you can zoom in.
Yes.
So that you can chat, ask questions. And I actually had someone, a mutual friend of ours that is on the Military Advisory Council. She sat down with me and she said, I'm not going to automatically give you my vote, Eileen. And I said, good for you. I said, ask me some questions. So I
Right.
loved it. She
love
said,
it.
I'm not going to just, vote for you because I like you. She said, I need you to answer these questions on what you're going to do for me. But that's really what, people should do. So that's what Meet the Candidates is all about. You want to find out, why is someone running? What do they stand for? What are they going to do for the 18,000 plus members that are out there? And then the actual elections take place from the 22nd to the 26th.
Right? Which
Yeah.
is next week.
The following. The
So the
following.
interesting thing, I talk about this all the time as far as ORRA is concerned. There's a small amount of realtors who actually vote. There's a small amount of realtors who actually get involved. You and I both know this, being involved in ORRA, that we see the same people at every event, no matter what the event is, what the theme is, what the committee is.
Right.
And so it's unfortunate because ORRA does offer so many different things to different groups, to different people, whatever your need is.
They really do.
So I want more people to get out and vote. I want the audience to know that you have a voice. If you are a realtor, you actually get to vote in this election.
Absolutely.
Your why? What did you want to do as a director? What was the impetus behind you saying, all right, I want to run, here's why?
Well, I think I was one of those people for years. I was that person who, we literally just paid our dues recently. And I was that person every year, you click the buttons, you pay your dues, and you just move on. And I never really knew what the heck ORRA was doing for me. And I didn't really pay attention to the emails that were coming through or what was popping up on MLS that said this was coming up or come to this class. I just wasn't. Until people started asking me, and I think it was when I got involved in Women's Council, hey, I never see you at the ORRA events.
Right.
And I thought, oh, should I be going to those? This is what happens when you start getting out there and you start getting involved. People invite you to other things. And they said, yes, you should be going. Like, this educational event is great. And this one is going to teach you how to make more money in your business. Haven't you heard of such and such? He's like a $20 million producer. You should go sit in on his class or her class. And all of a sudden you see ORRA is really trying to be there for you to build your business up. They're not just trying to be there to take your money.
That's right.
So that's when I started discovering, hey, let me actually go to some of these classes. Let me meet some of these people that sit on the board, that are the presidents, that are the treasurers, and so forth, and learn more about this. So over the years, that's what I started doing. So then recently, when a couple of people said, how come you've never run? And I said, well, I don't want to be that involved. And they said, well, you don't have to be on the line, like, I don't want to be the president. I don't want to be Lawrence. Lawrence does an excellent job.
Yes, Lawrence Bolito, our
yes, he is fabulous. I love him. Yeah. And I say, more power to you, my friend. But, and they're like, you should, you would be great on the board, and bringing more people to ORRA and to show them what we have to offer. And I said, you know what, I could do that. I can definitely do that. So that's how I decided to become involved.
That's amazing. And tell us a little bit about the election. There's 975 of you running for how many positions? I saw the picture. They posted a picture today of the people running. So how many director positions are there? Do you know?
No, I don't even know, because there's There's a certain amount that are on there right now, because what they do is there's X amount that get 3-year terms, and they're still on there.
Correct.
And so I think 6 are being elected at this time. Several of the people that are running, they are current board of directors right now. And
Yes.
they're running, you
For
know,
re-election.
right, they're running for another term. So they can either get elected for 1 year or 3 years that are incoming. So I believe we have 6 people that are going to be elected, but I think there's 12 of us that are running.
Yeah, the picture was like, you know, like a conglomerate. Looked like a fraternity portrait.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I mean, I'm happy to see that many people interested, because
exactly. The more people, you know, that are getting involved, the better.
Agreed.
You know, that, you know, I think it's great if there's a bunch of us that are just out there promoting that there's great education that's out there, that ORRA is providing so much for the realtors. You know, we have this amazing building that's down there, and something is going on almost every single day.
I think every day.
Yeah, honestly, whether it's in person or by Zoom, there's something going on. You know, you just have to be cognizant about it, open up your calendar and sign up.
And it's easy to sign up.
Yes.
I feel like as a member, when you get your login, you should go to the calendar all the time and sign up for every possible reminder, serve on the many committees and councils that we have.
Right.
I think the small percentage of people, it mimics what goes on in the real world. Like, it's not a ton of people vote in local elections. It's that
absolutely. Absolutely.
I think it's because people don't understand the value. They just pay their MLS dues so they can get their lockbox. I mean, it's kind of really the whole thought process.
And that's exactly what I said. Like, I did the same thing for years. I just really never sat down and paid attention until someone said, "You, my dear, need to pay more attention to this. Yes. You're paying a lot of money and you're not utilizing it. You know, why aren't you utilizing this?" You know, people like Cherie, you know, she would say, "You're going to come with me and you're going to go to this event and I'm going to show you why this is important." You know, and I was like, "Okay, let's do it."
You have learned, so you are involved obviously in Women's Council, and you do a lot of work in our real estate community to make it better, which is really what the director, as an elected director on the board for ORRA, should want to do. That's what you want, right? This isn't, you know, our industry is not all glam and glitz. And so you have to be able to educate yourself, get ahead of the game, make sure that you are understanding all of the new things that are going on in our industry. And ORRA provides an opportunity for you to get all of that information in one place, because you're paying your dues. Your dues really spread out. If you think about all of the education you have access to and all the programs and the people, you're missing out if you are not taking advantage of being involved.
Absolutely. And I think the funniest thing was, I was telling a mutual friend of ours who's also a military vet, you know, I said, "Oh, you know, you need to come to meet the candidates and, you know, listen to what the folks have to say." And he said, "Oh, what is this that you're running for?" And he said, "Is this a paid position?" And I just started laughing. No. And I said, "Oh, no, none of these positions that I have are paid for. They're voluntary."
Yep. It's all volunteer.
Yeah. And he said, "Well, then why are you doing them?" And I said, "Well, I enjoy giving back." I said, "And I've been very blessed in my career." I said, honestly, I said, "I'm doing this for a very long time." I said, "I love what I do. I've been successful in what I do. And I really want, you know, I want the realtors that I know and I'm friends with and that I meet every day, I want them to be successful too. And if there's a way for me to meet other people and show them that we have ways through ORRA for them to be successful, I want to be able to point that out to them.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So again, how people can tune in tomorrow. I'm actually registered for the Zoom or the online.
Yeah.
You can also go in person to ORRA headquarters on
Yes.
Diplomat Circle. But if you don't know how to register, you don't know anything, it's on my link tree, which is scrolling across the bottom there. So please check it out. You can always reach out to Eileen. If you want to know more, you want to ask questions, you can reach out to Eileen as well. Get involved and find out what your candidates want to do for you. And remember that there is so much more that ORRA offers that you're not taking advantage of. I can say almost universally across the board. So Eileen Winfrey, what's the best way they can find you?
So you can always reach me at EileenSalesOrlando.com, and you'll see all of my information from my Instagram to my phone number to my email address, Eileen Sales Orlando.
Yay. All right, Eileen, thank you so much. You know, I love and appreciate you. You're the best.
I love you too.
Guys, get out and vote, 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 vote.
Everyone get out and vote. There's great candidates that are running.
Yes. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much.